Have you ever wondered why Singapore keeps pulling ahead of its Southeast Asian neighbors, even in 2025? Singapore is small in land area, but enormous in the ways it gets things right, from clean streets and fast trains to world-class hospitals, and one of the most business-friendly climates in the region. In this video, I'll walk you through the most convincing reasons the city-state is widely seen as better than many larger Southeast Asian cities in 2025. I'll focus on 7 areas that matter most to people who live, work, invest or travel: safety and stability, healthcare, education and human capital, public transport and urban planning, ease of doing business and investment climate, sustainability and green policy, and culture plus international connectivity. Throughout, I'll point to recent international rankings and developments that back up these claims, but I'll also explain what those rankings mean for your everyday life, whether you're a digital nomad, a parent, a company looking to expand, or a tourist planning a long stay. If you like clear comparisons backed by facts and practical takeaways, hit that like button and let's dive in. Safety and stability. Singapore's reputation for public safety is no accident. A mix of strict enforcement, well-maintained public infrastructure, dense CCTV coverage, and strong social services means low violent crime and predictably safe streets for residents and visitors alike. Compared with many regional capitals where petty crime, traffic fatalities, and occasional civil disruptions create daily friction, Singapore's systems are designed to reduce uncertainty. For families, that means letting children walk to school or play in parks with much less worry. For businesses, it reduces the cost of security and insurance and makes nighttime economic activity, restaurants, events and entertainment far more viable. International peace and safety indices and global livability assessments consistently place Singapore near the top among Asian cities for societal safety and security in 2025, and that stability translates directly into higher investor confidence and better quality of life. Put simply, when the basics of safety are handled well, everything else from arts to entrepreneurship can flourish. Healthcare and medical excellence. Healthcare in Singapore is routinely rated among the best in the region, with leading hospitals appearing at the top of global hospital lists and a healthcare system that blends public coverage with high-performing private providers. For someone living in or visiting the city, that means faster access to specialists, shorter waiting times for major procedures, and medical facilities that consistently score highly on outcomes and patient experience. Compared to many Southeast Asian cities where world-class care exists but is unevenly distributed, Singapore offers a compact geography where top-tier hospitals and clinics are accessible across the island. This concentration supports medical tourism, rapid emergency response, and specialized treatments that otherwise might require travel overseas. Recent hospital rankings and health indices in 2025 highlight Singaporean institutions near the top globally, which reassures expatriates and local families alike that serious health issues will be treated promptly and expertly, that medical security is a powerful quality-of-life differentiator. Education and human capital. Singapore's education ecosystem, from primary schools to universities and continuous adult learning programs, has been purpose-built to create skilled workers who can adapt to fast-changing industries. National initiatives that support lifelong learning, vocational training and tight industry education links make it simpler for employers to find talent and for workers to pivot careers. Compared with many larger Southeast Asian cities, where educational quality varies by neighborhood and institutional strength can be fragmented, Singapore's compact system allows the government and institutions to coordinate curriculum updates, skills training programs, and scholarship schemes at scale. The World Bank and other global assessments place Singapore highly on human capital measures, reflecting consistent results in health, schooling, and future work readiness. For a parent thinking about long-term prospects or a company considering regional headquarters, that concentration of human capital and reliable schooling outcomes is a decisive advantage. Public transport, urban planning, and cleanliness. Singapore's urban planning is intentionally proactive. High-quality mass transit, Dense mixed-use neighborhoods, strict waste management, and green space integration create a city that is easy to move around in and pleasant to live in. The mass rapid transit network, integrated bus system, and pedestrian-first planning reduce commute unpredictability and cut the time cost of daily life. By contrast, a number of other Southeast Asian cities still struggle with fragmented transit systems, chronic congestion, and inconsistent urban governance that make door-to-door travel slower and more stressful. Cleanliness and public hygiene in Singapore are also culturally reinforced and institutionally supported, making public spaces more inviting and safer for families and tourists. In practical terms, this means less time stuck in traffic, more reliable commuting, and public spaces that support events, outdoor dining, and nightlife without the hygiene concerns that can deter visitors in other capitals. The payoff is both economic and psychological. A more livable city encourages long-term residence and repeat tourism. Ease of doing business and investment climate. For companies, Singapore's regulatory clarity, favorable tax treaties, and straightforward company registration processes make it one of the best places in the region to start and scale a business. Global business climate reviews and the latest World Bank Business Ready surveys recognize Singapore for efficient regulation and high-quality public services for firms, which reduces bureaucratic drag and accelerates market entry. Furthermore, Singapore's extensive network of double taxation agreements and free trade deals gives multinational firms a legally stable base for Southeast Asian operations. Compared to many regional cities where regulatory unpredictability or red tape can derail timelines, Singapore's predictability is a powerful magnet for foreign direct investment, regional headquarters, and high-value service firms. The result is more jobs in skilled sectors, higher average incomes, and an ecosystem that supports startups and mature corporations alike. Sustainability, green policy, and global connectivity. In 2025, Singapore is pushing further on sustainability through green buildings, urban greening, and investments in resilient infrastructure, all while maintaining top-tier air and water quality relative to many rapidly growing regional cities. The state's focus on smart city solutions, energy-efficient development, and protection against climate risks strengthens long-term resilience. Simultaneously, Singapore's airport and port connectivity remain world-class, keeping the island a global node for trade and travel. This blend of environmental policy and connectivity means businesses can operate with fewer climate-related disruptions, and travelers can reach the city easily from most continents. While other Southeast Asian cities are making strides, Singapore's combination of policy coherence and transport links gives it an edge for people and firms prioritizing both sustainability and global reach. Culture, safety for nightlife, and quality of life perks. Finally, Singapore manages to combine a safe urban environment with a cosmopolitan culture, festivals, and world-class dining that appeal to residents and visitors. Night markets, arts festivals, and an increasingly lively cultural calendar coexist with the predictability of low crime and clean streets. For many travelers and expatriates, that mix of cultural vibrancy and safety is rare. It lets people explore food scenes, arts events, and late-night venues without the same safety trade-offs that can exist in other large Southeast Asian capitals. That makes Singapore not just efficient, but enjoyable to live in and to visit. So there you have it. In 2025, Singapore's edge over other Southeast Asian cities comes from a tightly woven combination of safety, healthcare, education, transport, business friendliness, sustainability, and culture. None of these advantages exist in isolation. They feed one another to create a high-trust environment where people can innovate, families can plan long-term, and companies can grow with confidence. If you want a follow-up, I can make a deeper comparison episode focused solely on 2 or 3 rival cities, say Bangkok and Kuala Lumpur, and run the numbers city by city. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and share this video with someone planning to move, invest, or travel in Southeast Asia. Drop a comment. Which city should I compare to Singapore next? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.